After Tupac's death in 1996, they flew to the Bahamas to record an album.
Santa Claus is coming.
And Suge gives his chain to Danny Boy and returns to the States.
For the last few weeks, Knight has been running his empire from a cell in the Los Angeles County Jail, while he awaits a hearing on charges he violated his probation from a particularly vicious assault case.
He goes to jail and chaos ensues. No one knew what to do next, so many decided to leave, such as Kurupt.
When Suge went to jail, they're towing that car away.
This is my new shit.
Many left the label poor. Music, cars, and everything else were issued in the name of Death Row.
All my cars was in Suge Knight name. Get pulled over, police. Yeah, Mr. Knight. Who? I'm not Mr. Knight.
Therefore, they were forced to leave with empty pockets.
And where's the money? Who controls the money?
The roster of artists was huge, but many didn't stay for long. For example, MC Hammer, who is famous for the song You Can't Touch This.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
His stay in Death Row was like this. And many artists decided to leave after Tupac's death. Snoop Dogg said that he signed a contract with Death Row to make music and not to participate in gangster activity. A long time's passed since the Death Row Records era, but the artists' lives didn't end there, at least for these two guys who became world stars. Let's take Kurupt for example, a man who is not the main star of Death Row, but he left his mark on the rap industry. Eminem even included him in his top rappers of all time.
Jay-Z, Tupac, and Biggie, Andre from Outkast, Jada, Kurupt, Nas, and Thimmy.
And Kendrick Lamar said Kurupt influenced him.
The SC, you wanna test me, let's see if you'll survive 45 times, like a hollow point headed for get.
After he left Death Row, he released his debut solo album titled Corruption. The release took 8th place on the Billboard charts.
Nigga G'd up, sippin', sip, nigga dip, nigga set trip, nigga got a grip, nigga get
free if you want to, baby, die if you want to, but come on.
A year later, The Streets Is a Mother comes out.
It up, shaking, making the hood turn, boil and burn. 2 buckets of yarn, dipping, sticking fools, chicken scraping.
He was a feature on Dr. Dre's album.
West Coast shit, nigga, overdosage, imperial pistols, ferocious, fuck a bitch, don't tease, bitch.
Released another album, Space Boogie Smoke Odyssey, and then returned to Death Row Records, where he put out his 4th album, Against the Grain.
I'm back, I'm back. 14 selected, nigga. I'm back, select your selections, nigga. I'm back.
He even had a feud with Daz because Daz had a conflict with Suge Knight.
I ain't fucking with him. I don't need to.
Later, they made amends and released several projects under the famous duo The Dog Pound.
Body dash, diligent, my nigga, young Gotti. 12 gauge shotty, shooting up the party. And they be talking that boom, yeah.
This nigga's always.
He doesn't forget about his solo career and still releases music. This year, he took part in the release of Rapture.
Dog pound, gang bang, rob, push, pop, bang. Look, motherfucker, you got one more pass.
Kurupt also actively starred in movies. Of course, they weren't the most mainstream, but still. And the song Seawalk was featured in GTA 5. However, not everything is so smooth in his personal life. Kurupt has struggled with an alcohol addiction for many years. Although this isn't something he has really addressed publicly, it's managed to make it into the headlines anyway. According to reports, he was hospitalized after an alleged relapse that occurred while filming for Marriage Boot Camp. The show has since made the decision to ban alcohol.
Medical doctor and someone who runs multiple substance abuse treatment facilities, I'd never advise a person who drinks as much as Kurupt to stop cold turkey.
As for Daz, who produced hits in Death Row, he also put out many releases, the last one being in 2018, which is called Smoke Me Out.
Listen up, die, motherfucker, for the big bug. Snatch it all, run through the back, get out. Try with some slick shit.
In 2018, he had a beef with Kanye West because Ye began to support Trump. The hottest of all this is his diss on Kanye, and in addition, he said that his now ex-wife Kim Kardashian has so many dicks in the rap music industry.
Fuck and your bitch.
That bitch so much dick. You know what I mean? She probably ain't dick because you be on one.
Nigga scum, get back some nigga from the place that you made it from before you end up broke.
He was also arrested for drug possession and faced up to 20 years, but thank God Daz has taken a plea deal that avoids jail time altogether. While that bodes well, Daz still walks away with 3 years of probation and has also paid a $1,000 fine. This year he retired from rap. Hip-hop fans praise Nate Dogg as the king of hooks.
The east side of the LBC on a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G.
His solo career can't really be called successful, but his hooks will forever remain in the hearts of hip-hop fans.
Comes off till the lights go out, till my leg give out, can't shut my mouth till the smoke.
When he was still part of the Death Row label, nobody really gave two shits about his long-awaited debut solo release, G-Funk Classics.
We gonna make some cash, and you can toss him when you're through.
He had all the makings for success, but the label simply didn't finish printing the initial edition of the discs, and after 3 weeks his release couldn't be found anywhere, so he decided to leave and create his own label, Dogg Foundation, and only after 2 years was able to take the rights to his music back from Suge. And then he records a few more tracks and releases a double G-Funk Classics.
You gotta be down, who said it was easy, claiming no.
And despite his beautiful voice, he wasn't all nice in real life. He had a fight with his girlfriend who cheated on him, at least that's what Nate says. As a result, he locked her at home, and when her mother wanted to save her, he set her car on fire. He was released on a $1 million bail. Finally, he had some luck. The Elektra record label offered him a contract, and they released Music and Me.
Hey, OG, could you tell me how to...
And then the group 2013 gathered again and put out their only album by the name of The Hard Way. And it's also worth mentioning Shake That, which he made with Eminem.
To the one, from the 1 to the 3, I like good, and I like good, so much.
However, he appeared in court more than once. In July of 2006, Hale was charged with aggravated trespassing, telephone harassment, battery, dissuading a witness from reporting a crime, and violating a restraining order. On March 20th, 2008, after pleading guilty to invasion and battery, he lost his gun ownership rights for 10 years, received 3 years of probation, and was sent to participate in a domestic violence intervention program. In December of 2007, Nate suffered a stroke, as a result of which the left part of his body was paralyzed. The doctor said that this would not affect vocal abilities, and gave their verdict. After rehabilitation, the singer will be able to fully recover. However, in the fall of 2008, he had another stroke. Friends and family of the artist did not lose hope, and raised funds for expensive rehabilitation therapy so that Nate could walk and talk again. However, the complications that followed, the cerebral hemorrhage, turned out to be irreversible and led to the artist's death on March 15, 2011. The singer was buried at the Forest Lawn Memorial Park Cemetery in Long Beach, where thousands of people gathered for a farewell ceremony.
Doubling it in the night balls, that's when young girls go home. Big girls put on small clothes.
And how do you pronounce your name?
Michelle.
Say it again?
Michelle.
Michelle.
Very good.
Okay.
Let's now talk about a woman by the name of Michelle. In Death Row, she often appeared in guest verses, such as in Run the Streets by Tupac.
But I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta run.
And in her entire career in Death Row, she released only one album in 1998. But most of all, she is remembered in the label for her affairs with Dr. Dre and Suge Knight. At first, she dated Dr. Dre, but they broke up because of his love for alcohol. According to Michelle, him drinking led to physical violence, and once he almost killed her with a gun. After such a bad relationship, she became closer to Suge, and he proposed to her when he was behind bars. After leaving prison, according to her, Suge became much more aggressive. She claims that the founder of Death Row Records hit her only once, months. He later promised not to hit her again because she was too small. They have a child but aren't together anymore. They broke up because Suge did not divorce his previous wife. In 2016, she presented her Lifetime biopic Surviving Compton, where she gave the details of Dre's abuse.
You too stupid to do that? See, you so stupid, bitch!
Dre himself apologized to the women he hurt, but Michel'le herself did not accept the apology. As for the music, her discography is not big. I suggest we listen to her latest songs.
I'm supposed to learn, wish I was standing in the pouring rain. Life's a full moon, let the light shine through. All you gotta do is let the light find you tonight.
The Lady of Rage was a real rapper. Many liked her style.
Time when it comes to the lyrics, I get busy with mine. Busy as a beaver, you best believe her. This grand deepest run with the speed of a cheetah meter.
She featured on many famous rappers' tracks, and in 1997, she released an album.
Sickle, I tickle, you fancy like Nancy and Wilson, get ill son, rocket from Farmville to Tilden.
The album unfortunately was quickly forgotten, after which she left the label and in 2006 released the mixtape VA to LA.
You know we do the thing quite like one hit to put a fight night round two on the ground, I pound you.
Then we could hear her in 2011 in the song Tragical.
The gun, inmate, get it straight, nigga, optimum, let's get it cracking, what's happening, what's poppin', son?
The last time she took part in recording a song was back in 2017.
Inhospitable, unfuckwittable, villain sent here to finish you, no subliminal, I'm just giving you fat.
But she does take part in movies.
What you want from me? Oh! Baby D, no!
I want one thing from you.
The last movie with her, Judas and the Black Messiah, was released in 2021. She had problems with her health, but she isn't young after all. Since 2017, she has been going to the doctor because of shortness of breath, and in 2017 alone, she was hospitalized 5 times. She spoke about her illness on Instagram: fibromyalgia, Sjogren's syndrome, and idiopathic interstitial lung disease with fibrosis, which means the lungs are progressively being scarred and they don't know why. That's a lot from one day you're good to the next day you're not. She once even fainted like that and lost consciousness, so let's wish her good health.
I ain't mad at you.
I ain't mad at you.
After the breakup of Death Row, Danny Boy's career went south, although he does sing well. But talent alone isn't enough. All in all, he put out a couple of singles, which were released a long time ago.
She's too sweet for TV, and the streets know she keeps it true. But she's a bad girl.
All he was remembered for were some interesting statements.
What was Michel'le's role during this whole time while you were at Death Row?
Super bitch. Super bitch. If God is a man or a woman, but I definitely know that bitch is the devil. She destroyed lives.
Snoop Dogg doesn't accept him because of his sexuality.
You got like real gay people on the album. So it's just a thing that maybe I'm not the type of singer that he likes.
And also, for some reason, he told a personal story about how Jewel pleasured him with her mouth at the hotel when he wasn't even 18.
You know, she's so worried about this little ass boy or something. You know, I'm just talking stuff back. And before I probably could get the next little sentence out my mouth, she had to pull my pants down.
I can't remember back in days what I did, but if he said I did it, I don't even remember. Danny Boy, that's high to me. Okay. I didn't know he was under no age now. He trying to make me seem like I'm like Law and Order.
Jewel's music career came to an end in the 2000s. In October of 2011, she published the memoir My Blood, My Sweat, My Tears. In which she claimed that her past association with Knight prevented her from gaining another recording deal. In 2019, she almost died because of lung problems, and for the next 3 years she fought for her life. One day, more than 8 pounds of fluid was removed from her heart, lungs, and legs.
Pump me until the ambulance got there when I stopped breathing at the registry and saved my life. So.
And the doctor said that she did not have long to live.
And I will be able to leave something positive.
Oh no, nobody's gonna love me like nobody's gonna love me. From the first day that we hooked up, we never let each other go. If I bet all my money.
On May 6, 2022, she died. She was 53 years old.
Don't cry, my baby. Don't cry, my baby. My baby, don't cry.
I think that Dr. Dre, Tupac, and Snoop deserve a separate video, but still, let's go through the main moments in their lives. Dr. Dre left Death Row with nothing. After leaving, he released the album 2001.
Representing for the gangsters all across the world. Still hitting them corners and them lolos, girl. Still. It's the one and only Digo Double G. Snoop Dogg.
He also helped Eminem and 50 Cent become popular artists.
Stop the tape, this kid needs to be locked away. Get him! Dr. Dre, don't just stand there, operate.
Honey in the club, bottle full of bub. Mama, I got what you need if you need to fill a bub.
In 2009, he lost his son, who died of a drug overdose, and in 2021, he was hospitalized due to an aneurysm, and hip-hop fans around the world had a heart attack because of this news. But thankfully, he recovered. Dr. Dre became the first billionaire rapper after selling his company Beats by Dre to Apple.
Oh my! The first billionaire in hip hop, right here from the motherfucking West Coast. Believe it.
His latest release is the album Compton.
When I open up my book, I think about the world later. No ink in the pen, no lines on the paper.
And also a mixtape for the GTA 5 game, in which he made a cameo, by the way.
Feeling like I'm just getting started. 2 shots back for my dearly departed. You are now dealing with a monster. Oh shit. The same place that I saw them gods out in Panama.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, put that straight to tape, man.
Yeah, I like it.
Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming. Soon as I step on the scene, I'm hearing hoochies.
Despite such an early death, Tupac and his music continued to make noise in the rap industry even years later.
Activate hits and push your ass out. Got a nigga want this so bad about to pass out. Wanna dig you?
Almost 26 years have passed since Pac's death, and as of 2015, worldwide sales of Pac's album amount to 80 million copies. During his lifetime, Shakur loved to donate money to charity, and often resented why some people can have dozens of houses and hundreds of millions of dollars, while some don't have a penny to their name.
I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired.
His mother decided to continue her child's legacy and founded the Tupac Amaru Shakur Charitable Foundation, while also launching the Machiavelli branded clothing line, the earnings from which go to the above-mentioned fund. She also decided to continue her son's creative journey by creating a recording studio, Amaru Entertainment. Several posthumous albums have been released after his death.
Time to question our lifestyle, look how we live. Smoking weed like it ain't no thing, so even kids wanna try now. The cop cars, look at how we come so far. Picture a high school dropout, rolling the double R. Recollect, but for my hood days, I sit and reminisce, think of the bliss of the good days.
On April 15th, 2012, Tupac's hologram appeared at the Coachella Festival. 4 months of work have been put into Pac's hologram, and although its exact cost is not known, but according to approximate estimates, its price is in the range from $100,000 to $400,000.
Confused, you wonder how it feels to walk around inside the shoes of a nigga who don't have a thing to lose. Me and you was homies.
Well, what about Snoop Dogg? Snoop Dogg became a hip-hop legend, recording a bunch of hits after leaving Death Row.
The pigs try to get at you. Park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Park it. Zipping the safe, flipping for pay. Tipping like I'm dripping in paint. Up front, 4 blunts like a leaf of.
He also excelled as a film actor.
We're gonna roll 1 blunt and we're gonna get up out of here. Just one? Just one.
They won't care, huh? Man, just keep running. Holy.
He has tons of commercial projects. Besides all this, he has become a streamer.
Bitch, if I have to, you know why.
Am I still streaming?
And this year he bought Death Row Records. The date of the deal has not been disclosed, but Snoop wants to make this brand great again. He has already released a new album under his old label.
Dog, I'm with the G-Chow. Play something, let me fuck you up just with this freestyle.
He had disagreements with Suge Knight, which we talked about a few weeks ago in a separate video, but now they're good. He also says that they have mutual love and respect for each other. Snoop pays respects to Knight for giving a start to his career, and Knight responds with gratitude for what Snoop did for the label.
Death Row Records, yeah, dog, we twist them. West Coast, baby, right back in your seat.
Time will tell whether Snoop will be able to return Death Row Records to its former glory. I recommend you check out the next video about the story of Suge Knight. Thank you all for watching, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon.